Well, good evening, everyone. Okay, so no one's here, but don't worry about it. This is how I roll. It's still in beta test, so don't expect stuff. So, today we're going to talk about nothing at all. Oh, maybe something. I mean, I'm here, so we should do something. Well, on to the news! So, today we are going to talk about some recent news in Hungary. I hope you can all enjoy my little snippets of news. So, there we go. This is index.hu, as you can tell by the address, which is I think it's the #1 most viewed news portal in Hungary, and it doesn't tell you much, but to me I wanted to say it's everything, but no, it's not, but something like that. So, let's go over the main news. Normally it changes all the time throughout the day, throughout the week, but today we are going all about that we have to um, pay much more for even the worst car ever. So this article tells us a little bit about that it was a failure to use a fixed payback for the loans people had to buy their cars, or people got to buy their cars in other currencies. And I don't know, because I don't remember, and I usually don't research myself, so I don't know if I talked about before in this show about getting your loan in a foreign currency. To those of you who use euros, it's not really a good option. To those of you who use dollars or maybe some other form of currency, maybe it could be new. But to us, it seemed like a good idea years ago, because this money of Switzerland, the franc, I think it's that, the Switzerland franc was on a very low exchange rate, so it was way lower than the euro. So people thought that, wow, that could be a good idea, because interest rates are such low things and such small things in Switzerland. So there you go. I mean, that's a genius idea, and even the banks supported it. There were reports about that bank officers or representatives actually needed or had to convince people to get loans in foreign currencies, because it seemed like a great idea for the banks too. So that's how good it was. Unfortunately, in 2009, there was this little setback in the economy, and now the interest rates are the same, but the exchange rate from forints to the Switzerland franc doubled, and not for the forint. So actually nowadays, if the Switzerland franc is much more expensive, twice as expensive than it was years ago. So now everybody is screwed, because if you had a 40,000 forint interest payment option, then now you have 80,000. Some people even have something like 120,000, 180,000, who were a bit more rich than other people. Obviously, they used bigger loans. So now let's get back there. And then after years, it seems, after years of payment, now they own more than they originally got, or even more than what the car is worth. So it seems that it was good for the client, but it is good for nobody at all. Right, I spare you the long minutes to go over the whole article because it's full of Hungarian references, and it would be a very, very long discussion to talk about it. And since nobody is here, I can do whatever I want. But if you want to be here, I encourage you to be here. I know I'm asking even more than you already did, because watching these almost 1 hour shows every week could be exhausting. But beyond that, I'm grateful for it. I urge you to come, because then we can talk about these things in a little more details. But now you only get the snippets. Okay. Other news. Right, they rewrote the they rewrote the election laws, because I don't know if you knew it, but they wanted to issue a law that tells us to first we need to be registered for voting in order to vote. And this is a new thing in Hungary, and everybody is against it, because it seems that way that Fidesz, our current governing party, is trying to solidate its position. Very evil, very, very evil, I tell you. But I don't know if it's true or not. I only know that, things are worse than 4 years ago. So, there you go. And I know that things are a bit more complicated than just saying that, oh no, everything is worse than 4 years ago, but I don't care about them. Since you are not here, I don't need to convince you. My word is like God's word. It's God's word. Anyway, so if it will be accepted next week, in the next what's it called? An organization, for example, a sporting little organization, or something something that is not a foundation, cannot go or cannot run as a valid candidate, and there will be no campaign in televisions. Right, so these two things. The first I can't translate because, frankly, I don't know. We can call it as a committee. Just a small town committee, a sport club or something. And the reason for this, it is said by many people, that the opposition parties, they created a club so they can run against as a whole, but not a big party, just small parties creating a club. They can run against Fidesz in the next elections. Unfortunately, it seems that somehow this kind of thing got banned. Who knows? And the next thing, that there will be no campaigns in television and other things. So basically they want to make the campaigns cheaper. So and of course, if you can't advertise in television, then where can you advertise? Maybe newspapers. But if it gets banned, then maybe you can just go from door to door. Now the thing is that I heard is that Fidesz is very good at this, because they have clubs all over the country which can go from door to door, try to convincing people that Fidesz is the only law above everything, and it's the only religion you need to do. Oh, sorry, I'm got confused. It's like Jehovah's Witnesses all over again. I don't know, but something like that. So you knock on your door and ask about that. Have you heard about Fidesz, your only savior in the world? I just love saying that. I know that a current government does sometimes they do good things because it's inevitable, but it's so good making fun of them, and they make it so easy. And I always crack myself up, so it's really easy to actually laugh at my jokes. Yeah, for me. Anyway, let's go back. Right. Okay. Next is not really important. It's Kavir is a politician, and I don't even really know him. And the police investigates this village's farmers. Kis Árpád, who won on this, who won the basically the betting race. The local farmers started to do farming on his land, and the government is very upset, and the police just went there and investigate. And this seems very interesting because these farmers do not own the lands. And the thing is that, I was, maybe if you remember or if I remember correctly, I was talking about that people very close to Fidesz, the party, are winning throughout the country. They are winning these betting races for the lands, but they don't do much with them. So I think that this might be something interesting, because now the farmers just thought that we don't care about this shit and we just do stuff, and let's read about it. So right, so these farmers actions are investigated by the whole police army of the country. Sorry, I mean the statewide army. Sorry, police. There's army on my mind for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry. So it's investigated by the national police, and it turned out that after, it turned out that after something, or before this, I think, then the spokesman office of the of the party said that it's against the law to do farming on other people's lands. So depending on of what kind of what it turned, what the investigation finds about these things, depending on if any law was broken or what kind of law got broken. And right, so depending on all this, they will try to sue these people, once they figure out that what kind of law was broken here. Because, farming is kind of a creative stuff. It's, they creating things there. So it's really, really twisted and strange to figure out what kind of law. Is it trespassing? Well, could be, but they didn't see them. Is it something else, I don't know. But it's definitely interesting. And don't worry, this is not the beginning of a statewide protest, and the government will not be murdered in days. But it's nice to know that some people, even if they get hurt, are trying to do the right, seemingly right thing. But unfortunately, we're not living in a world where you can do anything. There are laws, and if sometimes they are unjust, but well, you have to live with it. But I'm with these farmers, they are really cool. Right. So, next thingy. If it's loading correctly. There you go. It's not that really, it's not that fast, by the way. But don't worry about it. So, next. There is no extra protection on Orbán Viktor's house. The TAC, which is the counter-terrorist organization of Hungary, it's newly created. The TAC's leader did not, well, basically just shut all this thing down, the protection, because I guess it's not needed anymore. Now, my question is that why was he needing extra protection? And although this is the last article we are trying to review today, it's really, really interesting one. Okay, now I will not translate this one from word by word, or at least I'm not trying, but let's just go over it. So, the protection has been stopped after it was expired last Monday at midnight, and it was ordered in August this year, and it was well, Hajdu János, the leader of TAC, renewed it, sorry, but this time the Brigadier General, because well, he is the Brigadier General, did not renew it. And this is what he said. Let's see. The counter-terrorist central is trying to evaluate all day long, is trying to evaluate the Prime Minister's safety and his perimeter safety, and the director of the organization does not see any cause to renew this whole thing. And after that, it's this is the interesting one. So there you go. Because of the protection, I mean, you can't protest in front of the Prime Minister's house. I mean, now you can. So if you are up for it, we can go there and have a garden party, or beside the garden party, because we can't actually go in the garden. It's well, it would be trespassing. But now we can have a barbecue in front of the facility. How awesome is that? But I don't think anybody would be interested. I'm not good at doing Facebook groups and organizing people, so but it would be really fun just to go there. Maybe next year, because they still be in power, we can do a special guided tour like this, just having a barbecue near to the Prime Minister's house. Isn't that fantastic? I know the address, so, well, there you go. Things are happening, and it's always creative and stuff. Wow, I amaze myself. And I'm very modest. Okay, Now, let's just switch over to the philosophical side of this one-sided conversation, because still nobody showed up. I know, I will keep complaining until somebody will show up, and then, you know, I will be like, oh my God, there is somebody there. What am I doing? What am I going to do? No. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about something very interesting to me, and it always comes up in conversations, at least conversations I have. Now, I know I'm pretty dominant in conversations, so for some reason I'm always the one who brings it up. So I guess it doesn't count, but still, sometimes I don't bring up, come on. But today I will. So, today we are going to talk about culture, cultural stuff versus technology. Since scientists think that everything can be solved by, every problem can be solved by technology, it's obvious that they are maybe a little bit right, because technology can make our lives easier, but in that specific topic, they are not at all. Technology cannot solve these age-old problems, at least not in Hungary. Technology cannot solve cultural things. I remember that years ago, when I got my first mobile, I was still little, and since I commuted into the city, usually by local train, bus and stuff, my parents gave me a phone because they thought that, you know, it could be safer. At least I can call them if there's any problem. And there you have it. It's fantastic. It's awesome. Because, you know, we started to use technology to solve a problem. This is awesome. But then other people started to have mobile phones at that time, and it all came down to one little thing, that they thought that if they are talking on their phones, on the tram, on a train, something, then nobody could hear them. So let me demonstrate how a normal conversation would have been like in those times. And for that, I have my very nice phone. Obviously, this is far more bigger than our first mobile phones, and this is not a mobile phone, but hey, whatever I need to demonstrate with, it's at my disposal. So, I want my Ferrari, and I think that if they deliver it, I can do videos in my Ferrari. And remember, you can always donate me money. I think I only need 28 million forints to get the Ferrari, so there you go. Make a gift. Right, so things that, hey, how are you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I will be there. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, okay. Yes. I don't think so. So you get the idea. Now, since these happened a lot of times, it seemed that it became more annoying than it solved the problems. And nowadays, everybody is afraid to give other people's their numbers, because they have to be there 24/7. So if you get somebody's number, you have to be there for him or her 24/7. Now, I'm not a big user of phones. I like real-time conversations, and I know that this is not a great example what I'm doing here, but I have nothing better to use. I mean, I would go there and talk to any of you, you know, but I don't have the money. But technology is really cool, so it solved my problem. But back to the phone, And now you have to be there 24/7. So I'm not a very good phone user. I always leave my mobile phone in the other room. I always forget to pick up because I forget to switch it back to switch it back from silent mode. So there you go. I gladly give anybody my phone number because I know that it's really hard to reach me there. Now, email is another kind of thing, but somehow spoken communication is used in Hungary for some reason. It's really hard to make people write things down because now and then they have to, it's written, it's there, it's like written in stone, and carved in stone, literally. So then they have to, you have a piece of paper telling that, hey, yesterday you did say that you did this job, and now you're saying you didn't? Come on! So on the phone, you can't do anything. You have to go there in person and not record it and not write anything down. So basically, even though we have these technology, we still have to do things the old-fashioned way. So this is to me, this is a great example how technology cannot solve the problems created by people. So manners on the phone, writing things down, it's all available to us. It's been available for years, for ages. But yet people think that, I don't know what they think, but they don't do these things. They don't use these things, and I don't know why. Maybe it's really hard to learn. But we'll learn so much in high school. We'll learn so much in schools altogether we go to. I mean, how hard it is to learn how to write nice letters to each other, to have a nice conversation over the phone. It's not really rocket science. So yes, technology cannot solve the problems. Another good example could be online dating things. They solve some people's problem, but not the whole community. It's somehow against our nature to search a database and pick out the exact right woman or man for us. It seems artificial, so technology doesn't help. Technology doesn't help with domestic violence. Technology doesn't help when you, I don't know, drive your car. Even though we have ABS and onboard cameras and any other alarming systems, backing up aids and stuff, people still can't drive. I mean, how hard it is to drive. It's just, turning the wheels and pushing the pedals and paying attention to the road. But no, for some reason they don't. So it's really, to me, the solution seems quite easy. We should teach people these cultural things and expect them. I know I have high expectations, but come on, how hard? These are free things. People in Hungary are constantly complaining about that we have no money, yet we don't solve our free problems. Saying nice things to each other does not require money. Saying very, paying attention on the road, paying attention when you're walking, and just these things do not require money. It doesn't matter if you have your best $2,000 sneakers on. You can have no shoes on and still be polite. and not okay. Anyway, so I know it's pointless to talk to you because probably you already know these things, but I wanted to just talk about something, and this is what I choose this topic. And since this is still the beta version of stuff, and I'm figuring out what to do, then it's I just have to talk. I know. Right. So last topic. If you if you're interested, finally I can return to my filming projects again and do some documentaries. You can expect come on, just shut up, stupid phone. You can expect the first one out in less than a month, and then the second one, and then the third one, and the fourth one. I have plans for 5 really great plans. So just get ready, and hopefully they will be okay. The first one is about the difference between Austria and Hungary, which is, I think it's just the first stage of trying to figure out what's the real difference between the Western world and in the Eastern world, or the Hungarian world. I don't know what's it called properly. And just for you, and just don't tell anyone, but that documentary will be about me talking about things to see in Vienna and trying to figure out a scientific method about how to compare cultures, because it seems really easy, but maybe just to me, but it's really hard, because you have to find a way. I have to find some variables which can be used in the big equation and which are standardized. So I could say that, oh, let's talk about the castles in the country, but come on, in England, in the United Kingdom, there are many castles. In Canada, perhaps not that much, or in Austria, but Austria is still the 19th richest country in the world. So imagine, go figure. To me, these are fascinating topics, and I know that not many people are fascinated by the topic itself. It's not about the Kardashians, and it's certainly not about Honey Boo Boo. And I don't even think that these people are, I don't know, idiots, and they should watch my show, or just they should watch these things. I'm just saying that I understand that these are not multicultural, wide-range topics what people could be interested about. And I am very, very thankful for every thing, every viewer. And I will upload that film onto YouTube, but it's not gonna be public for a while. First, I need to beta test it. So if you want to, beta test it, then just leave your email address. I mean, just, write an email to hungarianproject@gmail.com saying that, yeah, I'm interested, it's free, I won't ask any money for it to see. So, but I need basically I need an audience, and that's what I need right now, an audience. What else a boy needs? Okay, right, so I have nothing left to talk about today. Thank you for watching. I hope it's been a moderately interesting video, and then later on and I urge you to ask questions and suggest things. Later on, I hope it will become more and more interesting and intriguing. Also, I know I haven't forgot about the Hungarian poems. I just need to figure out a way to do them properly. So, sometime in the near future, we were talking about poetry in Hungary with authors and with poems. But I don't want to just, tell you the poems. I think I need to translate them first. But translation could be really hard when it comes to poems, and I hope you understand that. Right, so again, thank you and see you next week on Monday again. Right, let's just stop it.